It is still Black History Month, and we're going to read another one of these Black History flashcards and find something out, especially as, I've read that Google has removed Black History Month from their main calendar. All these attacks on the horrors of DEI. It's really important that we pay attention. And this is, earliest known surgery, 2300 BCE. And the oldest surgery, the earliest known surgery, was conducted in Egypt about 2300 BC. There were 3 levels of injuries in ancient Egypt. They were treatable, contestable, and untreatable. During this time, ancient Egyptian surgeons were able to perform brain surgery successfully. That's wild. The tomb of Qar, Q-A-R, who was a doctor during the 6th dynasty, held the earliest known surgical tools. Some of those tools were knives, pincers, scales, spoons, drills, saws, and a vase with burning incense. Artificial toes and eyeballs were also often used for decorative purposes. So, some good non-conspiracy early Egyptian tech information. Lord have mercy. It has been a year this week. And, you know what? Let's get started. Here we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Magical Serialism, your daily sonic sampling of the strange wind that blows upon our luck, insights, reflections, and a song even I have not yet heard. I'm gonna take these cards, we're gonna shuffle them up, draw 4 chords, make a song out of them, and then act like it means something, because it does. Thanks for being here, you guys. Little one-handed cut. And then let's see what we've got today. How about our first card, which gets thrown away? We've got to have a character card come up first. Before something can be in decline, there has to be something. So, since we don't have one, we throw that one away. Not just any way, that way. Along with this fairy moon into the trash. We need a character, and we're throwing this out too. Maybe this is finally going to be the draw where there aren't 100 adjustment cards. I need a name for these. 100 what? Extensions? They're not all extensions, though. I don't know. The Mayor is our first chord today. C major. So relatively normal so far. Hey, there's that Metamorphosis declining card. This is going to make it C flat major, also known as B major. And never mind, we're going to go right back to C major. So technically this is C flat sharp major, also known as C major. But we gotta, the cards are there. We gotta call it what it is. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't. Oh, pretty. The twins show up. So far, we're setting them up for the way the twins can be a really positive card. We get our C major here, E minor, and from there, we could go to the angel. Or we could go to the Ninja Queen. When I talk about the twins having two faces, it's kind of those two separate functions. One of them, even though it's a minor chord, that one feels major to me when it goes and resolves to this major direction. And it feels minor when it resolves in this minor direction. It's an optical illusion for the ears, but that's how it hits me. That's why they're the twins. Let's keep going. The unidonkey shows up. All right, that one's ridiculous. B diminished. Only a couple of those in the deck on account of the 7 chord, B diminished, in the key of C major, is not often used raw. It appears all over the place as parts of another very famous chord, the 5-7, but we usually just don't see it. So there's very few of them. And this, hey, when we put these two together, they do make the conductor on the train, which is the chord I'm talking about. This one will be a good excuse for us to hear this flavor of tension. Watch how it suddenly feels okay. Ooh, see, it was worth it, right? That tense moment resolving to this other tense moment and bringing us back to the mayor, C flat sharp major. We'll see if it stays that way. You never know. You never know. Ah, and it won't. Okay, a backseat driver. This card makes us pick a non-root bass note. So, the notes of G major are G, B, and D. G being the root. You can guess why. G is the root of G major. And we need to use the B or the D. And to do that, I think there's no better way than poking the keyboard while I look the other way. And it's, nope, that's a G. That's a B though, so, oh, interesting. B being the root note of the B diminished chord right here. This is going to change this a little, but it's essentially going to stay the same. We'll get this. It ends up adding more tension, but it's still a clean tension. B diminished, G over B. It's still, it might even lead us back to the mayor even more nicely than it was when it was just a regular G chord. But we're not done yet. Or we might be. Let's find out. Oh, we're done. The Ninja Queen shows up to the party after all, but she is too late. There are already 1, 2, 3, 4 valid chord cards in play, and that is as many as we draw. So I'm going to take all of these cards from the trash, and I'm going to put them in all of these places here. There we are. Very wonderful. And then we'll put this away, and we'll get to work. We'll get to work. So we got C major coming out normal despite having gone through it. The twins. The unidonkey. The conductor with the backseat driver. Back to the mayor. It's like the conductor can't shake it. Honestly, I knew the conductor was going to help the unidonkey, and it did when it was G over G, or also known as G. But now that it's G over B, that effect is still there, but it hits real slow, which means it doesn't help at all. It just sounds kind of crazy. Oh, heard my pipes making noise. I thought it was someone coming up in the door or something. Let's make a little music. And if we're talking, I'll bet that's already. No, that's not. 75 beats per minute. Yeah, that's good. 'Cause that's. Let's make that a little smoother. How about instead of piano for this one? Oh, Lord. It's like the unidonkey came in and just took a big dump on it. Oh. I think this one. Do I have some kind of reverb on that? No, see, this is why I don't use strings very often. I want them to have a little bite and not so soupy, but I play with a lot of sustain, so this is user error, honestly. And that might be a little. Ooh, that's a little resonant. Maybe no pedal at all. Here we go. I think this is almost working. But almost is my clown name. Almost. Oh. I'm gonna come back to that one later. I'm in the weird ones. Oh, I think this is it. There we go. This is great. Okay, here we go. Oh, I guess I didn't record that. Let's try that again. I'll bet there's one right at the end. Thanks, Equinox. You have faith in me. You have faith. Let's record it. Actually, oh Lord. That's nice, actually. That'll do. Almost got there in time. I'll have to let it go around again. But I'm gonna put that in the looper. It'll be just a moment. Behind a little bit of this distance that my choice of instruments has created, it's a little easier to take. I just wanted to put that in there. For posterity, it's C flat sharp major, you know? And that's our 1 chord. And there's our 3 chord. Our diminished 7. And our 5/6. That's figured bass, not a 6th chord. I still like the old way a little bit. That almost did it. Whole lot of almost today. See what that sounds like alone. That's good enough for government work. And I'm gonna pause it for this next part because when I look at this, I see something really familiar that has taken a weird twist. And despite my grimaces in playing this in the beginning, I'm of course beginning to like it. You hear anything enough times, you probably will begin to like it. But this move right here is one of the most common, like, heartbreak moves. In fact, let me take that down. And that's, earlier I said, you know, the twins can resolve this major way, or often do this major way and this minor way. But a lot of the time we see going from 1 to 3 minor. Just like this, just shuttling back and forth. And it is often in movies when there's a complicated moment where it's not easy to see if it's good or bad. It's got a bittersweetness to it. And that's where our story starts today. The mayor and the twins remembering the good times when they were faithful adversaries of each other and sometimes collaborators. But what we've seen the twins do in the past couple of weeks has brought the mayor down. And it's also brought the mayor up. It's been absurd. And the work is going to continue, but it's not as clear that it's going to ever be easy again. Only one note moves to resolve the tension of that B diminished chord coming right up here. Just that one, F going to G. get to live here. We have to face that reality. As a moment of reflection, this is like, it's got a truthful healingness to it. Like, it's not just an easy heartstrings pulling talk between the mayor and their old friend, the twins. It recognizes the reality, the absurdity that besets us. And it tells us to get back to work. And maybe a little bit, because this chord's root is B, and this conductor is G over B. Maybe the message is to work this absurdness into our own work. But let me ask you this. Wait. Let me ask you this. Because here's a little bit of absurdity that I have dug up. And, oh wait, where is it? Do I not get to use that here? Oh, farts. I might have to change this real quick. Let's go here and here. What is materializing before you is a real piece of legislation in the U.S. House of Representatives submitted, I'm not sure, yesterday, maybe even today. This I downloaded from Mr. Carter's website. Buddy Carter. That's the House Republican who has submitted this bill. And if you aren't reading it, I'll read it for you. A bill to authorize the president to enter into negotiations to acquire Greenland and to rename Greenland as Red, White, and Blue Land. I don't like to cuss on here, but what the fuck is this? Are these people serious? Yes, they are acting that way. At least this bill is only 2 pages long, but it doesn't need to be very long. They're seriously trying to take over other countries' land and rename it these fake, big brother ass, uber patriotic, fake nationalist names. Red, white, and blue land? Who the hell do you think we are? This is America. And I know we let some people run a little crazy with their patriotism, but they're harmless. This is 1984 stuff right here, folks. Yes. Oh, this was submitted, let's see, February 7th at 10 a.m. is when they made this PDF. I downloaded this directly from Buddy Carter's website, and of course, it's public record. You can look it up yourself. It is the unidonkey of all unidonkeys. It is like, what What? Oh, so we need a name for this song. Sorry, I need to do those every so often or I'll go crazy. But we're here now. Let's hear what here sounds like. Yeah. Equinox says it sounds like kindergartners trying to name things. And it does. Oh, man. If they didn't have a lot of the powers of the federal government right now, this would be even funnier. But maybe it is funny because it's so unmistakably dumb, so unmistakably embarrassing. And they're going to see if we'll take it. And I ain't going to stand for it. Here we go. That's a good one. I'll do that one. Bass. Actually. Double that bass. That is better. There's a lot going on in there. We need a name. It's a little dark. I try to keep it uplifting. And I do think we can find an uplifting way to use this. Oh, yeah, okay. So it kind of does just end up being serious. But it is serious. And that doesn't mean we need to be sad about it. Smiling through the honesty of what is going on to America's reputation in the world. What is going on in our federal government. We need to speak out about it every chance we get. And I can't help myself. I think it's important. And I think it's why this is showing up. We had it going so nice. Inflation was down. Crime was lower than ever in history. We'll see what happens now. But it is, no matter how sad it is beautiful to watch an empire change. I'd rather not watch it fall. But I'll tell you this much. I'll tell you this much. I'm watching one place to decide whether or not I'm going to continue to follow the laws of this land. And that is our executive branch. If they don't follow the laws, it's a stop work time. And I don't want to talk too big about it, but we need to be ready to make some big moves because they have their hand on a huge trigger. Whether or not the executive branch is going to honor the acts of the judicial branch and this is about the funding freeze. An executive order froze funding in certain ways that qualify it as impoundment. Impoundment is a concept where the president uses the executive branch to thwart movements that Congress has made. Congress controls the power of the purse. They have funded certain programs at certain levels, and that payout is controlled by Congress. The executive branch is now cutting in and saying, no, we are going to freeze those funds. You can't spend this money anymore. And that is unconstitutional and illegal. And a judge has said so. And it remains to be seen whether or not the executive branch is going to unfreeze the money while the case gets litigated, as it has been with every other previous president, or if the executive branch is going to continue to impound that money, which is illegal. It's unconstitutional, and that's kind of the same thing. And if they just start ignoring the acts of the judiciary, we're in big trouble. It's gonna be big trouble. Because that's all that's holding this country together right now. The last legs of the rule of law. And if it comes time to do something about it, I'm ready. I stay ready. This culture taught me shame. I learned myself to embrace it and to grow past it. Let's see if the US of A can do the same. Thank you so much for being here.